Okay, folks, it's game time. What I have for you today is probably going to piss a lot of people off. And to be honest, I don't care because it's my opinion. This channel's for my opinion. So if you don't like it, feel free to hate on me. I don't care. Also, yes, I'm wearing a brace. I've been doing so much work on my computer that I'm pretty sure I gave myself carpal tunnel on my left wrist. So, oops, sorry. So if you see that, don't freak out. I didn't break my wrist or anything. Someday I'll tell you y'all all of my injury stories. Maybe I'll start doing that soon. Do that once a week. Give you an injury story because it's wild. I'm an idiot, kind of. Some of it is just weird, but no, I didn't really do anything to my wrist. Just overuse. So anyway, today what I'm going to be talking about is how I think, in my opinion, that at peak value, peak potential, Shohei Ohtani has more potential than Mike Trout. Now pause. Okay, so here's where y'all are going to get mad at me. I'm going to give you all some numbers, more about Shohei Ohtani, because I don't really need to tell you how amazing Mike Trout is. Like, y'all understand that, and I'm pretty aware. So far, Shohei Ohtani has had a pretty limited career, right? He's played for 2 years. He pitched in 2018 before he hurt his arm, and then he hit in about 100 games in each 2018 and 2019. So far in his career, in his very limited appearances, about 200 games he's appeared in around 700 plate appearances. Shohei Ohtani, through pitching and hitting, has a career WAR of 6.5, which, yes, isn't very high. Now let's get into my specific reasoning around why I believe that Shohei Ohtani truly can be at least as valuable as Mike Trout on any given day, if not more. Now, the reason being, specifically with the Los Angeles Angels, what has always been their problem? Goodness, they don't have pitching. Like, they have reached in the past years with so many veteran pitchers that are way past their prime. Even look at last year, they're like, Matt Harvey is going to be the ace of our staff. When Matt Harvey, who, granted, he was fantastic for a couple years, but now the Matt Harvey we have now, he's not an ace of a staff, let alone, at best, in my opinion, he's a 4 or 5. So first of all, let's look at Shohei Ohtani's pitching numbers. The first year, the only time he's pitched, he started 10 games through 51.2 innings, and he was 4-2 with a 3.31 ERA. Now, that was coming over from Japan, his first adjustment to the major leagues. And normally, yes, it goes well for Japanese pitchers when they come over to the major leagues. But also, let's look at something else. Shohei Ohtani is only 24 years old right now. Mike Trout is older, obviously. That's obvious. But on any given day, not only can Shohei Ohtani bring a pretty good average to the plate, a pretty good power, he can be the 4-hitter behind Mike Trout. To be perfectly honest, that would be a good lineup, especially now with Albert Pujols aging, not doing as well as he used to. You put Trout, Ohtani, Pujols, that's a pretty good lineup. And the Angels even upgraded a lot of their hitting. Their lineup is a lot better. It would have been a lot better this year before the pandemic than in the last couple of years. So I was really excited to see what Shohei Ohtani would have done. But my reasoning is, on some days, there are only so much that a hitter or a fielder can do. Yes, you're going to see Mike Trout. He has a fantastic defensive WAR. He saved a lot of runs above an average center fielder. And then on the offensive side of the ball, he produces a ridiculous amount of runs. The guy hits 40 home runs a year. He gets like 120 RBIs a year, and he's a perennial 30-30 candidate for homers and steals. Shohei Ohtani, he has some pretty good power. He has also some pretty good speed, in my opinion. He stole 10 bases in 2018. He stole 12 bases in 2019. Probably would have doubled those a little bit if he played some more games. So my point is, Shohei Ohtani is a above average hitter. I think we can all agree on that. He has above average power. He has above average speed. He has at least average. He has a good on base percentage. He has a very good eye. He strikes out a little bit, but in today's Major League Baseball, who really cares about that? But the one thing that Mike Trout can't do is control all the balls that are flying over his head that he can't rob for home runs, or control all of the walks going on in the Angels pitching staff. That's something that Shohei Ohtani can control every 5th day as a starter, and that's what he's going to be doing for the Angels for the next couple years. So while it may be a very controversial opinion, I think people need to understand that as amazing as Mike Trout is, and in my opinion, Mike Trout is going to go down as one of the greatest baseball players of all time, if not the greatest, when this is all said and done. I think he has a chance to break a ridiculous amount of records, way more records than he's already broken. I mean, he's already won in the category of Mays, Mantle, guys like that, in the stats that he's compiled in the early part of his career. So I really don't have a question about how amazing Mike Trout is. My point is, on any given day, Shohei Ohtani has a potential to bring more value to the LA Angels than Mike Trout does. Because on a given day, Shohei Ohtani could hit for the cycle and throw a shutout. Mike Trout can't do that because he's not a pitcher. So even though Mike Trout is more proven than Shohei Ohtani does not have the raw skills that Mike Trout does. I'm not going to pretend that Shohei Ohtani has the raw athleticism that Mike Trout does, but he's athletic in a different sense. And maybe this is me being a pitcher, being biased, but I really do believe that Shohei Ohtani on any given day, I'm not saying throughout an entire season, but my point is on any given day, Shohei Ohtani has a higher potential value. On that given day, he has a higher potential WAR, if you want to put it that way, than Mike Trout does because of his ability to play on both sides of the ball, not offense and defense inherently, but batting and pitching is the way I'm putting it. So although it may not be a opinion that's going to get me a lot of fans here, it is something that I think needs to be discussed. And I really do want to see more two-way players in the game. We haven't seen a true two-way player really. I mean, you could argue that Madison Bumgarner kind of could be with the hitting prowess he had. You probably could have argued that Carlos Zambrano back in the days with the Cubs could have been a DH if he played for an AL team. So guys like that, yeah, you could probably say that Madison Bumgarner could do pretty well. My dad brought me up a stat the other day that Raleigh, I want to say it was Catfish Hunter, was a fantastic hitter. And that was true. He was a great hitter. He probably could have been a DH back in the day. But Shohei Ohtani has proven the fact that in Japan and in the United States, he can be a ridiculously effective hitter and also a ridiculously effective pitcher. And so, although Mike Trout, no doubt about it, one of the greatest baseball players of all time already and probably will end up the greatest, my point is that Shohei Ohtani just has a unique ability, and I would really love to see more guys do that. I would love to see more kids go through all of college as a two-way player, even as a position player and a pitcher. Now, I know that's a lot harder, especially because of the risk of hurting your arm. Pitchers need to take those 4 days off in between their starts. I totally get that. But I really do think that a lot more, especially, let's say this year, the NL implements the DH. I could see Madison Bumgarner DHing some days, especially late in a game when they need some hitters. I mean, Madison Bumgarner already will pinch hit sometimes. I definitely think in this 82-game season, we're thinking about having now, once the Players Association and the owners can figure their crap out. But I definitely do think even Madison Bumgarner could go two-way kind of this season. So my advice to everybody would be don't discount the two-way players. I think that's something that's going to be a lot more prevalent in baseball in the next 10 or 15 years. We saw Pat Venditti as a two-way pitcher. He could pitch left and right-handed. He's ambidextrous. I think we're going to see a lot more of that metaphorically with hitting and pitching. I think a lot more kids should be trying to do that. I mean, I know I tried my best to do that. I still do. I play club baseball at Bradley, as you can see. That's just that. I try to pitch. I try to hit and field. So I think a lot more people should be focusing on that. In the next 10 to 15 years, I would not be surprised if we saw a second or a third Shohei Ohtani. The Angels already have a couple of guys in their minor league system. Can't remember their names off the top of my head, but they have a couple other guys in their system that are still two-way players in the minors. So expect, at least on the Angels with Shohei Ohtani, for him to prove in the next 3 or 4 years how effective a two-way player can be. He's going to come back from that Tommy John injury. He's going to be fantastic on the mound. He's going to be fantastic at the plate. Look for that. So let me know what you guys think. I'm sure this is a controversial opinion. Probably going to get some crap for it. Go ahead, drop in the comments, send me a message on Twitter, come at me. I don't really care. If you don't like my opinion or if you agree, feel free to say that too. Thank you guys for watching. I will be back at it again tomorrow with my podcast. Probably going to have a special episode coming out on YouTube as well for something just random. I think tomorrow is going to be a 2K video. I did my best to get Damian Lillard a ring on 2K, and it went a lot better than I expected. So be on the lookout, I think, for that tomorrow. Talk to you guys later. Hope you guys are doing well in all of this craziness. Don't worry, sports is coming soon. So we're expected to see live sports either in the months of June or July. So hold out hope. We're almost there, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to y'all later.